Sometimes they're stubborn.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see what kind of flaring tool he's gonna use. Alright, got a flaring block.
Yeah, no, we got an electric one in the van, but I like using this one a lot more.
Yeah. The is it the NAVAC NAVAC one or something else?
It's the same brand as this Superstar.
Ah,
Superstar.
okay.
Yeah. And it works pretty good.
Yep. I've been using, I used a flaring block years ago. A couple years ago, I used this thing called Spin, where it goes onto your impact driver, and you use this high-speed moving, tip that flares it. Mm-hmm. The issue with that, it gets very, very hot. Yeah. So if you're holding onto the pipe, you're going to burn your hands. And then a couple years ago, I bought the NAVAC automatic flaring tool, which, with a few exceptions, makes a perfect flare every single time. Gotcha. But it's another investment.
Yeah.
And the tools, they quickly add up.
That's for sure, yeah. The only annoying thing about this one is just
setting it.
Yeah, and then having to two-hand it every time.
Yep.
The most power ones, I can just one-hand it. But I like this one just because I can almost trust myself every time I've done it. Feel more confident.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you set your right depth.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Sure does. So folks, imagine going through all of this setup to flare the tubing and then forgetting the flare nut. We've all done it, ladies and gentlemen. We've all done it many times, not just once or twice. We've all done it many times, and especially when we're thinking about not doing it and not forgetting it is when we forget it.
Did you forget it?
No, it's on there. I'm just... The bosses, look, the bosses are under the canopy.
You guys are preying on my downfall right now.
No, you're good. Don't worry. No pressure here. This is uncut, unedited, raw footage. Good old kings of mini splits. Let's see that flare. Let's see that flare.
Only when it's on camera it starts getting jammed up.
No pressure. Let's see that flare. Yeah, that's a nice flare. Very nice. You gotta be kidding me. I've never seen a crawl space so low before. I wonder if there are any alligators in there. So Tyler just got out of the out of the crawl space. And what is that?
Some sort of trap.
It's a mole trap?
Yeah. Put it over top the hole.
So when they come up, they get spiked.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Are moles bad?
Yeah, they just tear up your ground.
Really?
Root your ground all up, holes all over.
Moles. They tunnel. They dig.
tunnel.
They're diggers.
So jack your yard up.
Oh, man. So that kills them.
That'll kill them if it hits them.
Damn. All right. Now, Tyler is out of the crawl space. He's running some conduit right now so we can run our dedicated breaker, 240 breaker, from this nice circuit breaker panel, this outdoor panel here. How was that crawl space, Tyler?
Oh, man.
It was brutal, huh?
Yeah, it was tight.
Yeah, you were cursing the homeowner, weren't you?
Pretty tight.
Yeah. Very nice. So he's running that circuit through the crawl space all the way to here. And we're going to have our disconnect panel with our surge protection device. And we're about ready to pull down a vacuum. We got the NAVAC. This is the 7 CFM vacuum pump. Very nice. We're going to pull a nice, tight, and dry vacuum on this system. As you guys know, moisture is the #1 killer of compressors. That oil, it gets in there, just messes up and fouls up the whole system. So as great as and beautiful as the install could be, you can mess it all up by not pulling a proper vacuum. All right, so right now, Juan is putting on a service tool onto that service port. He did not pull the Schrader core, but it's not really a long line. I think we have like 12 feet, 10 feet if that. So this will pump down quickly, even with that Schrader core in place. Setting a little valve there with a T to add your Micron gauge. It's nice that he has the plugs inside on the hoses to keep the moisture and the atmosphere out of them. So that all hinders the time it takes to vacuum down a system, all that moisture and atmosphere. Think about it, folks. When you're pulling down a vacuum, you're pulling into negative atmosphere. So any moisture that's in the system is going to boil off. And we all know what happens, with water when it boils off. It expands like, 14,000 times its mass when it turns into that vapor, that steam. So moisture boils off and it expands. And that increases the time to bring your levels down below 500. Looks like he's got a field piece Micron gauge there.
Yeah.
Yep, look at that. Sweet. Beautiful.
I like the Testo one too. The Testo one's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Testo anymore. You know what? I went last year. I went with the JB Climate Class probes. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
I was finding with the Testo smart probes, I was losing range with the Bluetooth connection. If I went inside, for example, it dropped off.
Yeah.
And it takes a while for it to reconnect.
Yeah.
But the Climate Class probes, very nice. You have temperature clamp-on probes, which were a problem because the plastic was breaking, and they fixed that. But the range is excellent. I could be like in a 3 or 4 story apartment building, being outside, and my guy upstairs can have the probes on the supply and return line. I saw the supply and return ducts, and it's nice. All right, so the vacuum pump is on. And folks, full transparency, it is 1:01 in the afternoon. Let's see how low we're gonna make this go. So ladies and gentlemen, let's have a giveaway. It is 1:02. The closest person to guess in the comment section down below, how low do we bring our Micron gauge down to? The closest, doesn't have to be without going over or going under. The closest person to guess the Micron number that we bring this down to is gonna win a prize. The prize is gonna consist of a Mikey Pipe swag pack, and I'm also gonna give you something cool. Maybe, just maybe, I'll send you something from ACIQ, like a sticker. Like a sticker. I got ACIQ. Do you? Actually, I just thought of it. The grand prize winner of today's giveaway, I am gonna give a Viver refrigeration recovery machine. I have one sitting in the shop that Viver sent us last year. No one claimed it, but a Viver refrigeration recovery machine. All right, without cheating. If you cheat, God will strike death to you. So do not cheat. And if you don't believe in God, karma will strike you dead. Don't cheat. The closest guess in the comments section how low we bring these Microns down to before we shut it down is going to win a swag pack and that recovery machine. Think I'm bullshitting? No, I'm not. Dead serious. I have it in the shop right now in Long Island, New York. All right. 3390, 3480, Oh, 3,500, 3,520, 28. Oh, that thing jumping all over the place. Like,
Yeah. Let's see if there's a gauge for the 30. Let's see.
and ladies and gentlemen, I was going to bring this. I swear I was going to bring this. But this is the first episode of the ACIQ Field Activation Program installation, commissioning, and startup. I was going to bring the ACO Tools True Vac Plus hose set with the Micron gauge. But I didn't want to have a checked luggage. I didn't. But I think on future installs we're going to have to bring those tools with us, because there's a reason why I get the jobs installed and, well, before lunch. I don't want to rub any salt in the wound over here, but you need the right tools for the job. But you can still get the job done. Just going to take you a little bit longer. So it is what it is. Remember that, folks. It is what it is. But I promise you this, on the next ACIQ install we do, we're going to be bringing the right tools for the job. You can best believe that. All right, folks. We are at 200. I don't know if you can see that on your screen. 199, 198, 201, 199, 198. Now, remember, folks, this number is going to change. It could jump up a little bit. It could jump back down. Because as we're in that negative atmosphere, we're in a vacuum. So any moisture, which is water, is boiling off. And that's going to expand like, I don't know, 20 million times its size. Not 20 million times, but drastically. And that's going to throw off your inches of actually water column. But you're not in inches of water column. You're in negative pressure. So we measure in microns. Remember that. We are not hacks. We're professionals. We're dedicating time now to make sure this perfect install will be more perfect and more reliable for years to come when we remove all of that, all those non-condensables that are in the lines, the moisture. We want this system tight and dry. And it gives the fellas an opportunity to finish up the install by doing the electric. As long as we keep pulling down a vacuum, we can run our disconnect, our whip, our surge protection device, start cleaning up. Leave this vacuum pump on for as long as possible. Let this be the last thing you take off and bring back to the truck. All right. Juan is finishing up the installation by running that drain hose down the inside of the line hide to the ground. You may think we're almost done, but now comes the most important part of the job. And that's commissioning this beautiful ACIQ Extreme 9,000 BTU single zone heat pump system. Anybody can hang a unit on the wall, but this is where we make sure it actually performs well for many, many, many years. Right now we're doing that nitrogen. Start over. Right now we're pulling that vacuum, also duplicating a tightness test. You know, we're gonna do a decay test in just a few moments. Our Micron gauge is reading 166. I don't think you can see it. There you go. Sorry, folks. 171, 179, 180, 181, 182. Remember, if there's going to be a leak, it's going to be there and be present now. And leaks don't fix themselves. You skip this step, you're setting up the system for failure. And we don't want to have that. We want to make sure the only maintenance this homeowner needs to worry about is cleaning that filter on the indoor unit and making sure that outdoor coil is clean at all times.